Dear Jackie and Jay, since you've had your spiritual awakening, has it opened your mind and or changed your mind on different topics around the world? I know I look at things very differently these days. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, and I think we're kind of going to start to embody that on our show a bit. So that leads right nicely into that, because we really do want to bring this. It's called 1111 Spiritual Transit. We want to talk about all things that come up within your spiritual transition. And this varies vastly in a lot of different directions. And I think we want to explore them all as time progresses.
Yep.
But yes, my mind has opened a lot. And I even things I've watched years ago, I rewatch and see a new perspective on a movie or a song.
Oh, well,
so, yeah, my mind has expanded in all directions.
I will say to this one, with that one, I looked at it and we've been talking about it. Some of the topics that we look at now that we looked at before our spiritual awakening, I'm going to throw, here we go. I'm going to throw out conspiracy theories. Bang. I'm going to throw out religion. There you go. Get ready for the filters to come out. I mean, let's talk UFOs. Let's talk sightings. Let's talk about
There's lots. There's so much.
And
there's a lot going on.
The elite. Let's talk about the elite. We're not talking about AEW elite either. There you go.
I don't think there's a topic that's off limits. And I've been watching all these things a lot about toxic masculinity and all these relationship things. And I'm like, I have a lot to say on that. Like, I don't know where they're picking their contestants, but I mean, there is a lot of opinions, but I think there's a lot of points that are being overlooked in those topics that we could really broach on.
So what we're going to do is, that leads us into what we're going to be doing. We're going to go and grab a topic and go nuts. Because what it is for us, and they go, what relevance does it have to your spiritual awakening? But that's exactly it. We're going to go and actually speak our mind, because we're speaking from our heart, because we've actually gone ahead and seen things differently from when we actually were back in the day. Like, we were to get, like, our old life compared to our new life, you want to put it that way. So there's a lot of stuff that we have been aware of, but is opened up a can of worms that we both talk about and go on. We have to actually express this. We look at certain videos that are out there. Toxic masculinity. You're looking at the uprooting of feminism and all those kind of things. What are the problems with those kind of things? Is there advantage, disadvantages? What's your opinion on them? We're looking at what's happening with the elite. I'm using the code word, the elite. As I said, it's not AEW elite. If you get where I'm going, there's a lot of those things going on. Oh, let's talk about Disney. Well, I could start about Disney. Let's go about that one. About the conspiracy theory.
I think the sky's the limit on the amount of topics that gets brought up once you start being a free thinker, and you don't just take things at face value. You want to pick a little deeper. Will we get to the full answers of any of these questions? We don't know, but there's bigger topics, and these topics need to be talked about because they're happening all around us, and I think it's important to have a really open conversation about what's going on.
Exactly. So we will look at that, but as I said, why we've brought that up is because when we have actually spiritually transition into the spiritual persons, they're great English, spiritual people that we are, it opens up your mind to a lot of these things, and you sort of, the way I describe it is you're sort of ascending, as I said, and you see below what's happening, and you can see it in a different perspective, and you go, hang on a minute, and then you become affected in different ways as well, because you can see wider than what the normal person sees, and it's really hard to connect in that way. So there's a lot of stuff we can talk about.
Yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit, and it'll just keep progressing. And it's just important to keep an open mind. Not everything we talk about are things that we believe in, and we just want to have a platform in order to ask questions that people aren't talking about, so we can kind of dig a little deeper into how people are feeling and how it's affecting us in the day-to-day.
That's exactly it. So you have a look at some of the memes we've got going. We've got memes going. I write my own thoughts on Words of the Warrior on TikTok, and Jackie does the oracle readings and also her opinions on basic spirituality as well, where she's at. So you can see where our minds are at. So we want to connect with all of you out there to find out what's going on and seeing whether. Hi, Di, how are you? Just give you a big shout out. But yeah, this is where we're going to be going on in the future, and we will be looking at that. But still keep asking questions about our own personal twin flame journey. This is where it all started. But opening up the twin flame opens up your heart, so you're going to have different opinions, not just on your twin flame. It's about looking at life in general and all those kind of things. Wanting to have some reviews. If you want to watch something, watch The Shift by Wayne Dyer. That will open your mind, and also the Samadhi video part 1. We might put I might put a small link up somewhere on TikTok and see how that goes. Jack, we will let you go because you've got Father's Day up there to get ready. And thanks so much for your time as usual.
No problem, guys. We will talk soon, and yeah, we'll see you next Sunday.
See you next Monday. Take care. Be your best self. Okay. Take care. Peace out.
Bye.
See yous. Bye bye.